Everybody, welcome back to the weekly LEAP videos. I'm Renee Blasky of the LEAP Network. So in this 5-step series for successful transformation, I had already made an introduction video. So if you haven't looked at that video, why don't you go back and look at that one first. But what this series is really all about, just in a very short summary, is for those people who are having to transform their lives because of a change in family obligations. So either their spouse has been moved to a different city or to a different country, or they're now staying home taking care of a small child, or maybe they're staying home taking care of elderly parents. Or perhaps that they're now an empty nester and they want to start something new. But in the other circumstances, the change is that they're no longer have a career. So they've been having to put their career on hold due to these family obligations. So when that takes place, there's a good chance that your whole self-esteem and your identity can take a really drastic hit. And as a result, you become angry, frustrated, and resentful. And then that can also cause trouble within the family itself because once one person's not happy, several times the whole family becomes unhappy because of the change in dynamics. So I talked about the 5 steps just in briefly, but in this video I want to talk about step 1. And step 1 is where you engage in your life of change. Okay, so it really helps to look at any type of change or transformation that you're going through as an adventure and as an opportunity to see things in a different way or to even redesign yourself because you now have the capability to remove yourself from your old life and create a new life. Now, I know that that new life may have some drastic obligations, especially if it's taking care of a young child or an elderly parent. That may really take a lot of your time. But there may be other ways that you can change, but those two things are really a drastic change in and of itself. I'm about to be moving back home to help take care of my 86-year-old mom, who's now still living on her own, but is needing more and more assistance. So I'm able to do that. So when you look at making that transformation because of that obligation, think of it as an adventure. Think of it as a way that you can get closer to your family. Think of it a way as you can redesign yourself. So ask yourself the question, how can my family grow closer because of this change in my life, the change in our lives? Okay. How does it benefit the family? Now, sometimes change can be really hard, and it is also a struggle sometimes because it is so new. And we have to really redesign our whole life. We have to redesign even our daily habits because everything is different. We may need to get up earlier. Maybe we can sleep in. It depends on what your new life is. But keep an open mind to the change. Keep an open heart because change can actually be a very fun adventure. So keep that in mind. So one of the activities that I'd recommend that you do is, depending on what type of transformation you're going through, if it's changing cities, if it's going into a caregiving situation, or maybe you got laid off from your corporate job and you're now staying at home and you have to figure out what you're going to do. Look at it as an adventure. But for this activity, what I want you to do, and because this can be really, really helpful, is try to find 3 other people that you know who have gone through similar transformations. And I want you to interview them and ask them some really good questions like, why did you decide to make this change? Did you have pros and cons? And if you could share those pros and cons with me, and how did you react to each of those pros and cons? What change did that transformation make for you? How did it better your life? And what were the challenges that you faced as a result of that transformation that you made? Can they give you suggestions as to how you could possibly avoid some of the things that they faced when they made that change? So really take the time to interview at least three people. If you can find more people, that's fantastic, but at least three people to really understand how you can engage in that transformation to make it the most successful transformation that you possibly can. Because, as I said, change is an adventure. Any type of transformation is an adventure, but it's also an opportunity. And also remember that it can make us a much better person, it can make us stronger person, and it can open up a whole new life for us. So keep that in mind. Go with the flow. Try not to get angry or frustrated or resentful because that doesn't really help you make that positive transformation. Always look for where is the opportunity, where can I have some fun with this, and how is it going to make me a better person. So I hope these suggestions and the activity that I've assigned to you is useful and that you really go ahead and do it. Because as I said, the interview process of the other people who have gone through this transformation already can really open up your eyes and help you not only to accept the adventure, but to embrace it, to engage in it, and to hopefully avoid some of the mistakes that they made. So I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to talk about this, remember I always offer a free 1 hour consultation because this is step one is a very important step in making a successful transformation. Because if you don't look at this as an adventure and an opportunity, you're going to be living a very miserable life. And I would hate to see you do that. And the impact on your family, pretty huge. So engage in your life of change. Okay, so that's step one in the 5 steps of making a successful transformation. In my next video, I will go through step 2, and that is how to explore because it is an adventure. So until the next time, I hope you undertake those videos. Take care. Bye.